subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
This show is in association with ABC Group, ABC Prime Trade Private Limited. Mobile number +91 9845002803. For more details, contact Mr. Deepak Malik. Phone number +91 9845002803.
Namaste, konnichiwa. Welcome to the thenupurtewarishow. Let's talk business. And today too we have very special guest, and he is Mr. Deep Bajaj. He is the founder of Peebuddy and Seronahygiene. So let's know what is Seronahygiene and what is Peebuddy. So Deep, welcome to the thenupurtewarishow. Let's talk business.
Thank you for having me, Nupur. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. And we'd love to know, what is Peebuddy? Definitely. First, we'd love to know what is Peebuddy. That you are the founder of Peebuddy and Seronahygiene.
No. So we call it Seronahygiene. So as a company, we exist today because women, in India, and for that matter, all over the world, face a lot of intimate and menstrual hygiene issues which are not adequately addressed. So we thought we'll be a company which will solve it with unique products. And that is where our first product took after the challenge of dirty toilets, because, girls have to wipe the seat, or they have to make chairs, or they have to hold it in. During pregnancy, it becomes even more difficult to sit and stand. So we came up with a device called Peebuddy. It was India's first stand and pee device for women, using which women can stand and pee in unfriendly toilets. So yeah, that was Peebuddy. And then we looked at other menstrual hygiene issues, which we solved under Serona, the second brand. And in Serona, we have come up with solutions for period pain. So you don't have to use the hot water bottle or painkillers. We have India's first herbal period pain relief patches. Even disposal of sanitary products was a challenge. We came up with disposal bags for clean and hygienic disposal of sanitary products. And we're one of the strongest advocates of sustainable menstrual hygiene products. So menstrual cups, etc. Today, Serona menstrual cups are used by over 500,000 women. So all in all, we're a company that identifies and solves problems for women which are not spoken of, and hence it results in them suffering. So in intimate and menstrual hygiene space, that's what we do.
So every company, when you start, there is some backstory, like why did you start, kind of thing. Do you have some kind of story, like, all of a sudden you just started something which is not really very unusual in India, standing and peeing for a woman. So is there any story behind that? Why did you come up with that idea?
Yeah, well, the story is, I'll keep it simple and short for you, because you said you mean business. So let me not bore you with a longish answer. But I was in events earlier in 2005 till 2010. That was the first business. Then I moved into handmade carpets. Even in events, I had seen that when we were organizing these large-scale concerts, it was very difficult for us to give clean toilet experience to women customers because of those porta potties, the portable toilets. They get dirty. Then during pregnancy, when I got into handmade carpets, I saw on how my wife, it was a challenge to sit and stand in her last trimester. And my mother had arthritis in her knees. So for her also, sitting and standing had become a challenge. So in around 2013, I was anyways looking to do something new, because I had already done events. I had done handmade carpets. My wife makes carpets for hotels across the world and for high-end residences. I was looking to do something else. And then on a road trip, the idea for this product was born, where I was just joking with everyone saying, see, we are 4 couples traveling. And I said, see, God loved men more, because see, he's made our body so superior. We can just stand and pee anywhere. It was a joke. And not that I'm proud of it. But that's where a friend's wife suggested that she had seen someone in Europe use a plastic makeshift funnel bottle to stand and pee. And I thought, wow, if it's a before this, it wasn't even in my realm of, it was not even in my imagination that this is a possibility, So the minute she said, it became so simple that yes, at the end of the day, all we need is a funnel. in which we can pee, and they don't have to touch the seat, because the issue is you don't want to touch the seat. When you're traveling in rail, when you're traveling by road, when you're traveling by metros or long haul flights, you don't touch it. So I thought I would like to try this. Started working on it, got a design patent in 2015, 2017 onwards. Have been running this full time, and 2015 onwards. But took me a year to exit out of other things that I had committed myself to. And once you get into this, once you open one end of the problem, then my wife had a very turbulent first few days of a period are still very painful. So hot water bottle and painkillers were not working. Then she's also a cleanliness geek, so disposal bags. So first three products were born out of my personal experiences and something that my wife and my family faced. After that, customers became the guiding force, and they have been suggesting new things that they need, and we keep solving it for them. That's
Yeah,
all.
this is very inspiring story. Actually, you made it short though. But we all face problems in our daily lives. But we don't come up with a product, right?
Yeah.
So, right. But you came up with a product which can solve not only your wife or your mother's problem, but the many women's problem in India and around the world. So, did you have did you face any problems to come up? Definitely you came up with the idea. We all have many ideas, but implementation is very difficult. So how did you implement? If you could just tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So, well, I think initially when the idea was there, I didn't even know it can be a business, honestly. So I just thought I'll launch it. I'll see how it goes. So yes, there were always problems because it was something very ahead of its time. I'm talking about 2013, 14, 15. Right now, also, I mean, still internet has had a far better penetration now. E-commerce has taken a new shape in India, so you can buy stuff far more easily. Back then, first of all, a man trying to solve a problem like this, then our packaging was also, green, and it was not a pink soft packaging. It was shouting from rooftops, ladies, freedom to stand and pee. And that's what the packaging said. So it was also very daunting. And then all the decision makers at stores, because I thought I'll make it available at chemist stores or pharmacy stores. Most of them had reservations. They thought, this will never sell. Many of them thought it was a joke. And I told them, no, it's not a joke. It's a product that I've now used. I've tried. There are hundreds of girls who've tried. It's a fantastic product. It works for them. But there were many issues, initially around acceptance. But touchwood for us, customers, which is women, were always very appreciative. I'm not saying all of them jumped at the idea of standing in pee, but when it comes to, appreciating that somebody has trying to solve the problem, that was very well taken. And then many women used it, and they started getting other women hooked onto the product. And that's where the journey started. So yeah, challenges, yeah, always there. I think there's still challenges. In our scale up today, we have sold some 2 million units of Peebuddy. I told you about menstrual cups. About 500,000 Indian women are using our Serona menstrual cups. But still, there are challenges that you face every day. So I think that's a part, pact with the devil when you start a business, that there will be problems.
Yeah, exactly. But we cannot just think about only problem. We have to think about the solution, and we have to think about where you want to reach. So, especially when we talk about India, India is not only urban India. Most of the India is in rural part of India.
Yes.
So how the response from rural India of your product?
So I would say that let's divide it into two parts. One is urban India. Obviously, most of the women understand the need for Serona's bouquet of products, whether it is the toilet hygiene solutions or the intimate and menstrual hygiene solutions, right? Those are three broad categories. In rural, we don't expect them to, give us revenues or money for buying Peebuddy at this stage. We believe there it will come later. However, the solution, the response for menstrual cups has been very good for Serona cups, where women are far more open to trying it because it helps them. Like a pad you have to keep buying it every month. Throwing is a problem. Even if you use a cloth, washing it, drying it is a problem, and it doesn't at times leakages. All these things happen. So for the Serona cups, the response has been very encouraging. We still have miles to go in rural. We are still a very urban focused company, but to take care of rural, we have our own pay it forward initiatives where we work with many underprivileged communities and help them become more period ready. So the idea is to be make our contribution in getting India period poverty.
So Deep Bajaj, you started from events.
That is correct.
And now we are doing totally something different. Like this transition, like especially why I'm asking, because today a lot of startup, people are the young guys, they want to start their own business and they just think what is the right idea, they don't know, right?
Yes.
So they're always in dilemma, what really they start from, and investor, and a lot of challenges they have been facing.
Yeah.
So you started from events and now you are in something very, very different from events,
Yes.
and how was the experience of that transition? Like, what do you feel today?
Yeah. Well, I'll say that not much has changed. I'm usually asked this question that how from events to handmade carpets to solving problems for women. I'm also asked on how do you take it as a man trying to solve a problem for women, and there's such taboo
Yes,
topics. Like we are also a very conservative society, right? When it
true.
comes to and being a man talking about women standing in pee, a man talking about inserting a cup in a vagina, which helps her take care of period blood. So all of these are there. But how I usually answer this is that for me, not much has changed. In events, it was about selling events. In handmade carpets, it was about selling carpets. In this, it's about selling products for women. That's how at least we look at it. It's no more. It's not really about the journey is drastic. For me, it was always about in events. Also, I was solving problems with events as a solution. In carpets, we were solving problems for flooring with using carpets as a solution. In this industry, we are saying women face feminine hygiene issues and we're using our products as a solution. So I think that's the way to look at it. And usually, having done a couple of businesses in which two of them were successful, one of them failed. By the time it came to Serona, one thing was very clear, for that when you start something, things take time. So I have 1,000-day theory. I believe that when you start something, give it 1,000 days. If you survive in that idea for 1,000 days, you'll solve anything and everything, because you learn all the lessons in that duration. So I started with that thing in my mind, and that's what today we are growing very strongly. In
So
fact, we recently listed on
1,000 days, it
Amazon.
means, yes, please.
We recently, in fact, listed on Amazon Japan. Very
Oh,
recently.
wow, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. It's just very recently. It's a very recent development.
So huge congratulations, and I'm sure that it's going to do great.
We'll
So,
take your help.
oh, definitely. I'm always here. I'm always here. So, yeah, actually, as you mentioned that a man is talking about vagina, a man is talking about, period. So, how it was, even though you started 2000, not 2021, 2013, 14,
Yeah.
that time also, even urban India also, still we feel
Yeah.
like, oh, period, like we don't like to talk about those
Yeah.
things, right?
Yeah.
So, even urban India, I feel that
Yeah.
you had to face some problems. Like a man, as Deep is coming and talking about period,
Yeah.
And so, how was it? We'd love to know about those experiences if
I
you
would say
faced
it
any.
was. I mean, again, I never looked at another thing that I really follow in life. Maybe it might help you also is, I learned about this concept of energy vampires by this monk in New York called Dandapani, and he says that we are all made up of energy as human beings, and there's some people who you meet and they instantly light your energies, lift you up, and there's some people who just pull you down. So whenever we get criticism, I'm reminded of this theory to say that, is this somebody who means my good and that's why it's criticizing? So is it a constructive criticism or destructive criticism? Destructive criticism, we don't even listen. So anybody who says, oh, well, as a man, you shouldn't be talking, don't you have shame in talking about periods, you're talking about women standing in pain, you're talking about these things. We don't really pay attention to it because, they don't mean my good, they don't mean good for the category, they don't mean good for anybody. Constructive criticism, we always keep on top. You tell us something where we are lacking, we'll listen to it. So, in the journey, there have been many people who have criticized us for our work, and there are far more people who have appreciated us. There are today many cancer patients who use Peebuddy to help them, and because their immunity is compromised, and many pregnant ladies who are using the product. There are many, women from all walks of life. Like I said, about 500,000 Indian women have used Serona cups, are using this, and it is helping them in daily activity. We choose to look at that. And I think also, if in short, I can tell you that whenever we've had criticism, we've always selected to look at the positive side and take only those insights from the criticism which help us become better, not really looked at anybody's opinion.
Great, great. I know, great way to see and progress, I guess. Yeah, energy vampire.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So how was your support? Like, this is the product which you came up with something which helped your wife and mother, definitely. So how was the family support there?
Well, I think I've been very lucky. Nupur. It's been I'm very, very blessed with great family, including my brother, my wife, my parents. They've never questioned my decisions. So when I decided to move from events, we were doing very well in events. Same happened in carpets. My wife still runs that business, but I decided to move at a point where it had started to do well. So had it not been for them and their unconditional support, we wouldn't have done anything. So I'd say there are only three people I'm thankful to, except God. I'd say that first, obviously, is God. Then after that, the three people that I'd say that I'm very, very thankful to would be my family first. Second is our customers, and third is team. It's just them who have made this what it is today.
Wonderful, wonderful. So today, like you see, you started, it was a startup, definitely, and now today you are successful. So what would be your suggestion for all the startup people, who are really in a dilemma? They have dream, but they're not sure that whether they are taking the right, step or
Yeah.
not. Maybe one step, they're taking, and two steps they're just behind. So what would be your suggestion for them?
I'd say that, guys. I mean, few things that have worked for me are, if you're really, really serious about an idea, it's like, your own child. So you really have to protect it. Yeah. Your idea is a child. So, and nobody, I mean, I can give you advice on parenting, but you will not take it, if you have kids. And same here. I mean, I know how best today is my child. So your idea is also a child, right? So if you give up too soon, will you give up on your child? So till the time you feel that passionately about your startup, don't do it. And once you decide to do it, then a few things always keep in mind. I think if I can tell you four top things that come to my mind, number one will be 1,000 days. If Please be mentally prepared that before 1,000 days, even if you get success or failure, you will not give it up. Beginner's luck or beginner's failure, don't give it up. You will take this much. Second is too much of analysis paralysis. Obviously, if you're making spaceships, then yes. But otherwise, if you're making simple products, don't get into too much of analysis paralysis, because you're special, your talent is special, your idea is special, your way of execution is special. There'll be stuff that you'll bring to the idea that nobody else can. So don't get too bogged down with analysis paralysis. Please launch it, learn it, adapt, and then go for it. There's nothing called a perfect product. Third, most important, I've already said, please conserve energy. Please look at people who you speak to, especially keep a list of energy vampires ready. There are times when your energy vampire can even be your mom, your dad, your brother, because there are days when there are things that people say and you immediately switch off, right? And they might not necessarily mean you're bad. It's just the way they say it switches you off. So please keep that list ready. And the minute you meet them, if you can avoid them, avoid them. Like in case of parents, cousins, you can't avoid them. So you should know when to switch off. Number three, please stay positive. Keep a list of energy vampires. And number four, be okay that in this time of first 3 years, you might not make too much money. So don't have unrealistic expectations. And last overriding thing will be persistence, guys. I mean, there's nothing. Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither is a startup. So please have that persistence, which is a sum total of what I've just said.
Wonderful, wonderful. And now we'd love to know your future plan for Peabody and
Sure.
Serona. Yeah.
Well, we believe that as a company, the kind of solutions that we have global aspiration, global need, and we'd love to take this to other parts of the world and continue to grow company, continue to help those who can't afford our products through our paid forward initiatives, and continue to partner with forward-thinking people like yourselves to see if there are any synergies. So always open for a dialogue.
Wonderful. So such a, I got a lot of positive energy from you. Like, now I am also thinking of starting something new.
Would love
So
to know what you started. Yeah,
definitely, definitely. So thank you so much, Dave, for your time and
pleasure.
giving us so much, so much of new thing. Like, this is something I think we all should know that a man, what especially the Indian man, it's a taboo always. Still I think people
Yeah.
always would say, oh, what are you talking about? It's a family show, or it's a family thing. You should not talk about that. So what you started, it was very brave, and I really appreciate you for that idea and for coming up with that idea and helping so many women, in India, and now you're going to do it around the world. So wish you all the best, and hope to have you again on my show with new ideas.
Absolutely. No, no, looking forward to it. And like the last parting word will be, guys, please talk about these issues. The more we talk about these issues, the less of a taboo it becomes, no matter which part of the world you are. Talk about issues whichever are taboo. So thank you so much, Nupur, for having me over.
So thank you so much. Maybe we can just come here and we can talk about these issues only.
Absolutely. We should do it. Looking forward to it.
We should do that. So thank you. And we just end it with good night, Subratri, Vayasvinasai. So you can say Subratri. Good night. Thank you, Dev. Thank you.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.